to the deepest secrets of different bills. Hey, Uncle Demi, you need it, I got it listed, yeah. You wanna make it, I'll show you just how to make it, yeah. I got all the rarest bills, and I ain't done yet. Went from the finish to making bills like a prospect. Flow space and slashes to catching us with a lot of threat. You keep the medals cause the real one's coming up next. Only scratch the surface, still they try to drag my name in dirt, they try to bring me down. See me winning, you ain't like me then.
Yo, what's good, my nephews and nieces? This is your favorite uncle, Uncle Demi, and today I have another special banger for you. Right now, listen, before we get too far in this video, you know exactly what you need to do. Make sure you drop a like, and let's get this video to at least 500 likes, right? That would definitely push the video to the recommended. And furthermore, if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe. I'm by far the hardest working YouTuber in the 2K community, and hopefully you can appreciate the 9 a.m. and the 4 p.m. upload every single day, and you can show that appreciation by dropping a like and subscribing, all right? Now, let's get straight into this video. So today what we're gonna talk about is the best badge layout for slashers. Now, you know, if we're gonna talk about slashers, man, I had to bring out my lob threat. I think this is one of the most OP slasher builds in the game. And real quickly, you know, like I like to show y'all real quick exactly what I'm working with. All right, so this lob threat right here, and obviously, you know, I have dropped this video on this build, so if you want to check it out, go ahead and check it out. But just look at this thing. All right, the link to this build will be in the description, by the way. So it will be in the description, this link to the build. Look at this, 97 driving dunk, a 99 standing dunk. All right, 74 ball pass accuracy, 70 ball handle, 78 interior defense, 80 perimeter, 79 lateral, 83 steal, block, offensive rebound, 84 defensive, 85 speed, and a 97 vert. I'm telling you, man, this build is ridiculous, okay? So if you want to check it out, the link will be in the description. Again, you'll see here I'm 6'8", 233 pounds. This is what I would consider a very dominant, rare center build. This is comp build. This is a build that I made particularly just for stage. Again, so I think this is going to be something that's really dope if we can get some excitement back into the wagering. But anyway, now let's get into this badge layout. So this best layout for slashers, it really just depends on the position, okay? So let's just say, for instance, we are not going to be a center, we're talking about a guard, right? So for the best guards, what you want to do always, and no matter what, guard, center, wherever you at, you always want to have contact finisher. That is a must, okay? Contact finisher is the most OP badge you can get, and having it in that Hall of Fame or the highest you possibly can have it is always going to be beneficial. You always want to have that, okay? Next best thing to have is going to be slithery finisher. You want to get slithery finisher. The big thing about slithery finisher, it increases the player's ability to slide through traffic and avoid contact during gathers and finishes at the rim. That's what makes it so OP. You're able to avoid contact. And again, and we all know, if you try doing your hop steps sometimes, you know how you lose the ball and that type of deal, it's because your slithery finisher is not high enough, okay? You want to have that. Right? Now keep in mind, these are for guards that can dribble, that can momentum, that type of deal. Like, even though I'm on my lob thread, I'm talking about guards that can momentum, right? That can dribble by themselves, right? The next one is going to be fancy footwork, all right? It improves the players get past defenders more efficiently by performing Euro, cradle, hop step spins, and half spin gathers. I mean, that's kind of self-explanatory. If you're a slasher, you're going straight to the basket, this is a must-have. You definitely need to have this at all times. It's not even if, ands, or but about it. You need to have this, okay? And then the next one, what you want to have is going to be acrobat, right? Acrobat. Again, spin, half spin, hop steps, Euros, cradle, reverses, change shot layup attempts, receiving significant boost. This is go hand in hand with fancy footwork. There's no need to be able to do all that stuff with your feet, but then you can't finish at the rim. You want to be able to have that, okay? Now again, most of y'all slashers, if you're a real legit slasher, should have at least 24 badges, okay? So now I know if you make the slasher that has the blue and the green pie chart, obviously you're gonna be looking a little different. You're probably gonna be only looking at 16, 4, 8, 12, 16. Now, this is 16 here, but if you only have 16 or less, then what I would recommend doing is taking these, putting these on gold, okay? And then of course, the next one that you'll wanna go with would be relentless finisher. So if you have 16 or less, this would be something I would go with, right? Now, for my ones that have more than that, obviously we wanna go Hall of Fame with these, okay? But because again, if you have 20 or more, which you should, you know, if you make like a half blue and have green, but then you went all out on your finishing, then you'll have that, all right? But again, relentless finisher is important because obviously as a slasher, you're gonna be going to the rim a lot. And this improves a player's ability to take a lot of contact by reducing the energy loss when attacking the rim for contact shots. So basically, it just means that, hey, you're not gonna be as fatigued, you're gonna still maintain your strength, and it's still gonna allow you to finish at the basket strong, which i.e. will lead to more contact dunks. Okay, so that's why this is very important to have. You want to make sure you have that, and that's why relentless finisher is a must-have also as in this order. And again, I think that this should go in this order if you're doing that. With your last four, okay? With your last four as a guard, you want to go consistent finisher, okay? Consistent finisher is pretty self-explanatory, but penalties for missed time layups are reduced, allowing players to make layups more consistently. It's almost like flexible release for slashers. If you do not get a perfect release, this is going to help give you that boost to allow you to make that shot, okay? So this is what I will go with for a guard, right? If you are a big man, all right? A big man. Big men are going to be a little bit different, okay? And the reason being is because you're big, right? So what I would do is this. Obviously, contact finisher is a must-have. It's always going to be a must-have to start off with. You want to have that first, okay? You want to be able to finish at that basket. But then the next one that you want to have as a big man, believe it or not, is going to be consistent finisher, right? You want to get this badge leveled up because once you start getting the rebounds and putting it back up, you're not going to get a full green. You're not going to green that. So obviously, again, we already talked about that. Missed time layups. This is going to be your flexible release for slashers. You want to make sure you're able to hit those shots around the basket, all right? Which leads to my second thing, badge. Putback balls, right? Putback balls, very self-explanatory, but it's another one. Enables putback dunks and boosts the shot attributes of a player that attempts a putback layup or dunk right after getting an offensive rebound. Pretty self-explanatory. Once you get the ball off the offensive rebound and you try to go back up, putback balls and consistent finisher are going to work hand in hand. Obviously, because let's be honest, how many times are you actually greening the layup? So you're going to get a boost by getting putback balls, and it's also going to give you a boost with contact finishers. So again, you will get more contact dunks if you have this higher up too, because obviously this is going to allow you, as it said clear as day, you know, the player attempts a putback layup or dunk right after getting an offensive rebound. So that's so important. The next one is going to be relentless finisher again. Relentless finisher, we just talked about it. Improves the player ability to take a lot of contact by reducing the energy lost by attacking the rim. Remember, this build right here and most big man slasher builds are not going to be able to ISO. If you can momentum dribble and all that type of stuff, then you need to go back and get and treat it as a guard and get the guard badges. Yes, I do have a 70 ball handle, and yes, when I get takeover with glass take, I only get a +5 on my ball handle, so it goes to a 74. If you would have chose slashing takeover, then obviously then you can go pretty crazy, have an 80 ball handle. But I chose glass take because obviously this is more of a stage build, and glass takeover is important in the stage. But relentless finisher, okay? Now the next two badges is really based upon preference, okay? But again, just imagine this. If you're picking and rolling and going to the basket a lot, the big one that you're going to want to have is slithery finisher once again, because it increases the player's ability to slide through traffic and avoid contact during gathers and finishes at the rim. Well, obviously, if you're going to be going to the rim, you're going to be literally doing a pick and roll, rolling to the basket, and of course, it's going to be defended there. Slithery finisher is going to help you out and allow you to avoid all that contact of that brick wall from that center and still be able to finish at the rim. With the last four badge upgrades in this instance, and now again, it's really about preference. Me personally, since I know that if I'm going to be as a big and I'm going down, I like to get Showtime. Showtime is one of the most OP badges to have. And again, this gives an additional boost to a player's takeover meter and their teammates when successfully completing an and one or a flashy dunk. All you gotta do is when you roll to the basket, hold R2 and flick back on the joystick. That's gonna give you a Showtime flashy dunk. And again, it's gonna allow your teammates to get a crazy boost to their takeover. It's really good to have. So this is what I would call the best way badge lineup stacks for a slashing guard or a slashing big, okay? So there you have it, my nephews and nieces. Hopefully this is very informative. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, you know what you need to do, man. Just make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel. And as usual, your favorite old head, Uncle Demi. I'll be back really soon on the banger, man. And you know, when I say I'm back soon on the banger, you know exactly what day I'm talking about. I'm talking about tomorrow, man. I'm out. I'm a straight A student, so go ahead and test me. After that, I have no doubt that you know who the best be. Niggas wanna hate, but they don't know a thing about me. Uncle Demi making moves, and that's where all the